Rust Devblog 129. Now I do apologise again, it's a tiny update, there is nothing to see, but there is quite a few interesting things put up on the Devblog. I'll put a link in the description as always, you can go have a look. Now on the pre-release branch, they said they've ripped out some of the XP stuff and everything is unlocked by default. So it looks like they're getting onto that pretty quickly, which I think they do need to, because it's pushed quite a lot of people away. And he says next week he'll be adding the actual component entities and rebalancing the crafting recipes. So the things I went over last week, like the pipe and string, rope and whatever, it sounds like he'll be working on that next week, which is cool. It'll be interesting to see that. I just don't want one grind to turn into a different type of grind, if you know what I mean. That's not what the game is about. Something about barricades and doors that, you know, the ones you can knock down in the airfield and things. Like if there's one there, it means that like a box will be in there instead of knocking it down and then there's nothing. So that's pretty cool. I guess it gives better indication to go in there rather than busting down a door and there's just like a big pile and nothing. Tree lighting has changed. This is before and after. After's a bit darker. They've put some depth into the color on the trees, which is good. Like trees aren't all this creamy green color. They do have deeper colors on them. So that's quite nice. This is the MP5. Now, is it me or does the stock look too long? I'm just going off games like Counter-Strike and COD, but this stock looks too long for this gun. If any of you do know, like, I'm assuming none of you actually have one, and I don't expect you to have them, because that would probably be illegal. But if you do know more than me, can you just let me know if the stock is the correct size for the gun? Like, from here, that way looks correct, but it looks like a rifle stock. Mind you, it is rust, so I guess things are put together quite crudely, so it could be a rifle stock. Who knows? Okay, they have tweaked Ironsight this week. Now I'll try and show you what I mean. They've done it to align better with the actual Ironsight. So if I click on this image, you can see there the little purple dot. That is the custom SMG. So it's right on the tip of the point. The double barrel shotgun, I've always been confused about this, but now I know where the actual aim of the projectiles is. It's there. So if you kind of just, yeah, in the middle somewhere. Mind you, if you're close to someone, it's pretty hard to miss, I think, with this. The Eolka pistol is like center, just right at the end of the barrel, or whatever the barrel is made out of. This is the LR300, and it looks like they've just made the iron sight real precise. And what is this? The gun no one uses. It doesn't really matter about that one. And down here is the water pipe. Well, it's pretty hard to like not know. Like at the tip of this pointer here is where it's going to be going. And obviously iron sights are pretty easy to look at and understand, but they've just tweaked them to make them a little bit more accurate. Industrial props, they're going to be adding some things around the map of Rust to make it a bit more interesting. God knows what these are. Some sort of generator it looks like. Some sort of turbine in here, drives something in here maybe. Maybe it's leading up to electricity, who knows? I'm still hanging out for that, but I'm not got my hopes up too much. The flamethrower turret is kind of in one of its final stages now. They've put some textures on it. It looks really cool. The face is optional, they says. Like, they might get rid of it unless we like it. I think that's quite a cool touch. I think that says get some. Yeah, it does. That's really cool, and here it is with some flames. That was, yeah, I still want to know if it will set fire to things inside your base. Because in reality it would, but you wouldn't want that, so you may have to just make a room purely for this. I know, but that'd be interesting, actually, when it comes in. Still reckon that's a weak spot. The canister. And lastly, the hazmat suit has been worked on again. A bit more detail this week. Don't know what that little thing is there. Maybe a valve for something. Little pockets. That's really cool, actually. They should just replace that with the current one. Oh, I think they are. Never mind. Ignore me. And that is pretty much it. Look at the changelog, it's tiny. So thank you all for watching. I do apologise again. Hopefully next week there'll be something I can show you physically. But as always, thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, this is Spook. I'm going on a raid with some guys I've been playing with for... I've known the leader for over a year now, which is pretty cool. I met him on my server.